I just got a call to help somebody out who thinks they have a dead battery. Now, when you run into that situation, he turns the key and it just clicks. Well, it might be the battery, might be corrosion on the battery, it might be your alternator's not charging the battery. So I'm going to show you how to check all that out, and if it is the battery, how to change the battery out. Let's get started. Now, we did get it started, but you sure could hear how I was struggling. Let's go ahead under the hood and check it out. Now, since we've got it running, I want to go ahead and check and see if the battery's being charged. I'm going to put this on DC volts, 20 DC volts. Turn this on. And if the alternator's working and charging the battery, we should have between 13.6 and 14.6 DC volts. Let's put positive on positive, and negative on negative. We've got 14.26 volts. So that's perfect. The alternator's working great. So we know that it's not the alternator, but I also want to point out to you, amazingly, this is July 1st of 2023, and this battery was built in September of 2010. That's getting up there. We got a lot of use out of this battery. So even if you weren't sure and you didn't have a multimeter like this, and you had a battery this old, and your car wouldn't start or barely start like this one, or you had to jump it, you'd have a pretty good idea this is your problem. Now we'll go ahead and turn the car off and check the battery voltage. Alright, the battery was just charging. And we'll go ahead and check this. There's 6 cells. If you take these caps off, there'd be 6 holes. There's 6 cells in this battery in a 12-volt battery. You should basically have 2.1 volts in each cell, which is 12.6. You should have around 12.3 to 12.6 DC volts in a good battery. Now we'll go ahead and test the battery. We had the car running. And we're at 12.3 volts, DC volts. Now that doesn't mean the battery's good. And you have some options. You can take the car in to any auto parts store. Most of them will test your battery and your alternator for free. We don't have that here, and I didn't bring a load tester for the battery, and we're changing it out anyways because it's 13 years old. You don't want that in your car. So the way you can do a load test is we're going to go ahead and turn the lights on, and we're going to leave them on for 5 minutes. And I'm going to test the DC voltage and see what the battery goes down to. Maybe it'll go down to 8, 7, I don't know. But this is a weak battery, so it's going to go down. Then we'll turn the lights off and let it sit for 15 minutes. And we'll see the battery should come back up to 12.3 DC volts or whatever if it's a good battery, right around there. So we'll leave this for 5 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and test it. Right now we're at 9.66. We're putting a load on the battery. We'll go ahead and test it and then let it sit and see if it comes back up. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes. We could have turned the radio on and all kinds of stuff, but all we did was turn the lights on. But I just want to show you. Took it down to 9.36. And actually, you probably want to take it lower than that. But anyways, this is putting a load on it. So we'll go ahead and turn the lights off, and we'll let it sit for 15 minutes and see if it comes back up to 12.3, somewhere around there. But after that drain, we're at 10.08. 10.09. Let's see if it comes back up. 10:10. Okay, we're coming up on 15 minutes here. And we've only got 10.20 DC volts. So that confirms to me that this battery's bad. Like I said, if you want to go into the auto parts store and have them load test it, they've got load testers. They can show you exactly where your battery stands. So we'll go ahead and change this battery out. You can put different batteries in here. What you want to watch is the cold cranking amps. I'm going to measure this and make sure that we have the room for it to sit in here and be tied down properly. So before I go and get a new one, I'm going to measure. This is a 9 by 7 by 8. 9 by 7 by 8. Looking at the tray that it fits in, it's tight right down there. And over at this end, maybe we could get a 1/2 inch. So the widest battery we can go is 9.5, and then the other dimensions need to stay the same. I have a feeling we're going to have to stay with this 35 battery. Let's run over to Walmart and see what they have. Alright, here we are, looking at batteries. This is the battery we need, the group size 35, and that's a nice price, $70 versus the Max, which has a 3-year warranty, $140. And I'd go ahead and get this one, but it only has 490 cold cranking amps, so you lose that on the economy one, the value one. And even if you go to the mid, it's 525. So this is the one called for the car. This one we're going to get. The other thing you want to look at when you're purchasing these is the date, manufacturing date. This one's 6/23, which is great. But sometimes you'll find batteries on shelves that are over a year old, and you don't want that. You want to get the newest battery you can. Now, one other thing I look at is sometimes you can get a different battery and you can get more cold cranking amps for the same price or a lesser price. And here is the group size 24. It's got 585 cold cranking amps for $70. But the problem with the group 24 battery for this car, it's too wide. 10 inches, and we only have 9.5 in the tray, if that. So this battery's not going to fit. It's not going to tie down properly, so we can't get it. But I always get the biggest battery with the highest cold cranking amps that I can that'll fit in the car. Okay, now we're ready to change things over. There's different tie downs for batteries. This one has this clamp that goes over the top, and actually there's little hooks that hook into the plate at the bottom. You just hook it in, comes through that bolt hole, and it secures that down. Some batteries are held down by a block with a nut or a bolt at the bottom, and you'll see it down in there, and it clamps against the bottom of the battery. You just loosen those, take them off, and pull that little block off of there, and then your battery will be loose in there. Now we're ready to switch it over. Now, changing a battery in a car like this is a 2002, isn't a big deal. You can just disconnect the battery, take it in with you, exchange it right when you buy your new one, and you'll have to reset your clock and your radio stations. But some of the newer cars, it'll affect the computer when you disconnect that. So I'm going to show you, and you don't need to do this on an older car, but I'm going to show you how to change the battery without disconnecting power to all the electronics, so you don't have to reset anything. First thing you need to do is, the battery will come with a tab on the positive because you don't want to touch this to metal. It's going to spark. So you pull the positive tab off. And we need to hook up jumper cables. And these cables are a little heavy. but I think I can make it work for this. The first thing we're going to do is hook up the black cable to a bolt or unpainted metal surface on the car. So that's ground there. That's good. And you don't want to touch these together once you hook this positive up. Our positive is going to be hooked up to the positive on the dead battery, or the battery we're changing out. And I want to keep it out of the way of loosening this bolt. So that'll work there. And it's also very helpful to have another person handy so that when you take that off to change the battery out, they can hold that, because you don't want that touching any metal in here. Otherwise you're going to get a short and spark. Then you hook the positive of the other end of the cable up to the positive, and the negative to the negative. All right. Now we can go ahead and disconnect this battery. All right, we got our ground loose. We can just set that aside. And the positive, when you're loosening this, you also don't want your wrench touching positive and negative, or touching the positive and any metal, because that'll spark. So I've got that loose, and I've got my helper here. I'll pull this off, pull the cable out of the way, and just hold it right there. Okay? Now we can pull the battery out. Beautiful. Out with the old and in with the new. Perfect. And now you can take the ground cable, slide it over here. I'm touching it now. I can pull this jumper off. I haven't lost power, and I can take the positive and do the same thing. I'm touching. Got a good secure touch there. Pull this off, set her down. You're good to go. All we need to do is tighten those down. Good. You don't want to over tighten these, but you do want to make sure you've got good tight cables on there. Good solid connection. Good. Chain going nowhere. And then I like to put just a little spritz of battery terminal protector. That's a big help in keep them from starting corroding. So just a little spritz on there. Good. You get this at any auto parts store. And now we'll secure the battery back down. This goes underneath the handle and into the little loop there. Beautiful. And here's our other one. There's just a little loophole on the pan. And we'll snap that in there. Good, it's in. You don't have to go crazy tightening this down. You just don't want the battery moving around. We'll put our cover back on. And this just protects from shorts. We've tested the alternator, tested the battery, went and got a new battery, got the right battery for this car, disconnected the old battery, didn't lose any connection to our electronics, hooked up the new battery, secured it, sealed the posts so they don't corrode, got the battery secured down, and we're good for another 13 years, I hope. If this video was a help to you, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing, and I look forward to helping you with other projects online.